Crafting systems in games are a super immersive feature for me, and Xenoblade masters this by letting you have 10 of an item you need by the time you need to use one of them for a quest, or a recipe, or a consumable, or whatever you might need it for. Being able to play with shiny metals and gems is another attractive feature to me, and I can be stuck to a game for hundreds of hours just collecting and exploring its gemcrafting or metalworking options, and again, the Xenoblade games are great for that, either by giving you unique imagery of the minerals you find in Xenoblade X, or with having gems be part of your equipment in just about every other Xenoblade game. Join me in this little video guide on how to keep on top of gemcrafting as you explore Ionios. I might expand this into a guide on how to stay on top of everything, if you're feeling like more of a completionist, but for now I'll just stick to the gemcrafting as it has the most info up front when the gemcrafting system unlocks. This guide will cover collecting for the sake of crafting the gems, with a minimum of spoilers and no comment or opinion on the gem's usefulness or metagaming. I won't tell you to use this gem or leave that one behind, just that if you like playing around with gem crafting systems in your video games for its own sake, and want to make all the strongest gems available for whatever part of the game you're at, then here's how to do it without going too far out of your way or feeling lost on where to get an item, or where the monster that carries that item you need hangs out. You'll most likely be able to complete the level 1 gems as soon as gemcrafting unlocks. They're all common items, and you only need one each, plus the blank gemstones, of course. You might have trouble with finding the gemstones, if anything, but if there aren't enough treasure chests along the way, you might be able to find more gemstones by taking on and rematching with the dangerous elites with the red wings around their level number. First thing you're going to find is the common flyer pollen from the light flyers you encounter on the way home as you begin your adventure. Along with that, you ought to be able to get flyer nectar jelly, dexterous bunnet tails, and bunnet meat from the little bunnets in the area. As there are only bunnets and flyers hanging around here, at least at your level, once you have those items you can head onward to Ricala Pond, where you'll see light skeeters and foggy piranhaxes. The skeeters will give the honey and pale wing you'll need, while the piranhaxes will give you the red piranhax eggs you'll need now, and the refreshing piranhax meat you'll need later. If you somehow don't get a common pale skeeter wing or skeeter honey by the time Noah mentions Colony 9, you can swerve north to find some more skeeters. I found one on the way here, but I had to swerve north because I didn't get footage of it. You'll also get your first gemstone from the container nearby. You've collected all you can so far, so advance the plot until you can access the Pharaoh's interior. Wandering around here will net you a treasure chest with a couple of Napon coins, and jumping down right here will land you in a spot where you can collect another gemstone and a Tirkin notebook for another quest. If you haven't found a red piranhax egg by the time you reach Colony 9, then when you take on Rold's quest, you'll have an opportunity to collect it from the piranhaxes in the little moat going around the colony itself. As you're given the introduction to the Izana Plains, you'll get a glimpse of the Volfs, Flammies, Rogals, and Camils you'll be going after for some of the gem components. Camils will probably be the first monster you see, so getting a common well-aged Camil juices should be pretty easy. After that, have a look around for the light beam from a container with a gemstone in it a ways left when looking out from the colony entrance. This clip here will lead you right to it.
What's that? I hope we can make use of this.
If you can take on Sycophantic Lilith, she will provide a gold Napon coin, a silver Napon coin, and one of the gemstones you'll need as well. Rematches against her will not provide more, however. A little further ahead, you'll reach the water and you ought to be able to take on the crust dips for their jet sprays and rainbow shells. As with anything, it doesn't hurt to grab extras for your future quests or crafting needs. Around the same area you'll find the Flammies you'll need too. With the area being called the Flammy Watering Hole, you ought to be able to find the slender flammy bones you need easily. A little further, you should be able to spot some crabbles, which will provide you with their shield pincers. You'll notice the light beam from a container up above, and in trying to get to it, you'll be attacked by Rogals. If you can, try to lure them over the ground you're on before fighting them, so that you don't have to jump down to collect their axe crest and piercing quill. Jumping down to the container will reward you with your next gemstone, and you'll have a safe place to jump down to after that. Grabbing the supply container from the quest Supplies in the Wind will net you 2 more gemstones, and another container further on will yield some silver Nopon coins, which, while important generally, can't be used for gemcrafting. By now, you should have everything you need and can get in this area. Moving on to the Alfeto Valley mouth, you'll start to see the Volfs you need for Volf meat and Volf skin. They might have grey level numbers, which might tempt you to skip them, as usually that'll indicate that they give less EXP. But chances are they will still be aggressive, and you will still need their items. At one point you might notice a level 19 and a level 20 in a cave-like area. It's safe to ignore that cave for the purpose of staying on top of gemcrafting, but do take out the level 5 crabbles if you still need their parts. I feel like if you've been keeping track of your items, then ropal parts are going to be one of the few things you'll need at this point. And the game teases you with a cutscene ropal that gives no items. The first chance you'll have to fight a quadwing will be right after the long scene. It'll be a strong one for its level, but if you really want to make sure you get the quadwing's indulgence right there, then you might want to save, return to title screen, and fight it again until you get it. There are other quadwings on the way back if you follow the main quest line. Once the game changes perspective, you'll finally be able to grab some ropal items. There'll be 1 blue elite ropal and 1 normal one before you enter the lair of the Volfs. Entering the Volf's lair, you should notice the container guarded by a team of 3 Volfs, including an elite. Take them out and claim your prize, 2 gemstones. If you can take out Lapdog Vise, then he should cough up another gemstone, along with a gold Nopon coin, which can be used for gemcrafting, and a silver Nopon coin, which cannot. After that, there are a couple of Skeeters, Volfs, and Quadwings you can battle if you've missed any of their items or if you want to level up. But other than those, you don't have to feel like you're missing out on anything if you want to just beeline the main quest and advance the plot. At this point, all you need are the remaining gemstones. If I haven't missed any, and if you've been collecting as much as I have, then you should have 13 by this point, and there's still a little ways to go before gemcrafting unlocks. If you want to skip level 1 and start with level 2 gems instead, you'll most likely have plenty of the items you need already, and will only need to grab the next bunch as they show up in your way in the level 2 video, notably the Vang parts you'll find soon, the Vang Supersonic Organ and Vang Membrane. You've probably been grabbing the collectibles on the way too. Don't try to hoard up your Nopon coins, at least if this is your first time playing. If you have 99 Nopon coins and you pick up any more, they will get automatically sold for cash. So if you can't time having 99 Nopon coins with spending them on the thing you want, you'll be wasting the extras that come in. That said, this guide will make sure that you have the items you need, so you won't have to spend your Nopon coins if you don't want to. On gemcrafting, that is. You'll enter the Alfeto Valley Hermit's Alleyway next, not to be confused for Hogan's Alley, by the way. And besides the Vangs and another surprise ropal, you'll happen upon a container with 2 more gemstones for a total of 15. Onto the Sepulchral Path and through to Millick Meadows. You'll have your opportunity to collect those remaining gems and even get a head start on level 2 components. Just south of the Kilmaris Highland, you'll start to see Grebels, which are particularly aggressive, so if you can take them out within a couple of hits, you'll have an easy time here. Looking north from that first Grebel you see, you'll spot a container with silver Nopon coins. At this point, you should have a quest active to investigate the hill. Exploring along the quest line, you might notice a Prithi Pipito, level 13. This non-unique, non-elite enemy will drop a gemstone once, if you can defeat it. If it gets away from you, you can move near the location where it appears, save, return to the title screen, and load your save game, to try and get the drop on it as many times as you need. Moving forward, you might notice a bright glowy object in the distance. Heading towards it, you can fight Perturbed Bilkin on the way for one of the remaining gemstones you'll need.
Just getting warmed up.
5 gemstones to go. You'll pass through Luca's Aod and encounter a cutscene as you approach the Pharaonis. Getting back to the Pharaonis Hulk via the cave, be careful not to attract the attention of the level 20s. The 2 containers near the Pharaonis have 6 gems combined, which completes your level 1 collection. If you have patience and money to spend, you can use the microfab to get yourself all kinds of rare and useful items, or just to get to 99 of everything you can collect in the area. There's no shortage of money in the dying world of Ionios, and converting it into crafting components and quest items could save you a lot of collecting time later on. And you're all set to make all of the level 1 gems once they unlock. Have fun bending the game's battle system to your needs, making the defenders more defendy, or maybe mixing things up and making your favorite healer more attacky. Try not to give all the items away in your Collectopedia cards, although if you've been adventuring around a bit, you probably have enough extras to not have to worry about it too much, and you can scroll back in the video to see where you can get more. I'll cover collecting for level 2 in the next video. Blank gemstones aren't exactly easy to find this early in the game, so saving for level 2 might be better than bothering with level 1 at all. I thought you could rematch some of the uniques to restock on gemstones, but Sycophantic Lilith proved me wrong. As with all my videos, thank you for watching or listening along. I hope I can put the rest of this guide out in a timely manner, although I might alternate between this and my current Vulkan C++ guide. It's a bit hard for me to predict what I'll be motivated to progress on next. In the middle of this, I suddenly wanted to work on my C++ Discord bot for a couple of days even. Requests do help though. I can be kind of a people pleaser, so if I know people are looking forward to a particular thing, that I think is a pretty motivating factor. If you'd like to help support my efforts, I have a Patreon link down there, and if you'd like to contribute some data you've already finished the game, and you don't mind spoilers for things you may not have seen yet, then I'm working on an extensive spreadsheet detailing the easiest or earliest places for absent-minded players like me to find any items they may have rushed past or ignored the first time they were in an area and might need to find later on. It is full of spoilers such as how many chapters there are in the game and how high enemy levels can go, and the names of late game regions and bosses and elite monsters, so be aware of that before you click over. I've arbitrarily assigned gemstone locations to gem recipes just to have a concrete location for each one you'll need, even though on my first playthrough I found more than I needed to complete every recipe, eventually. The link to that spreadsheet is also in the description, and while my comment section is small, I try to answer every comment if I can. And of course, as is traditional YouTube protocol, don't forget to smash that smash button and ring the ring bell for all my bell smashes are ringing in the smashosphere.